Happy birthday, everybody. Welcome to Cereals, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. We explore what's new and exciting in the cereal world, or explore old favorites together every week. So I'd love to hear what your favorite cereal is down in the comments. Today on Seriously, we're looking at what is a brand new cereal for me, but is actually a nostalgic throwback for some of you that might be just a little bit older than I am. Here it is, Twinkles. Twinkles is a retro cereal from the 1960s. It was discontinued in 1973, before I was born, so this hasn't been on store shelves for 52 years. I'd love to hear if any of you have fond memories of this cereal from childhood, which, if you ate it, seems likely, since the original Twinkles came in a very unique box that had a storybook connected to the back. You peeled off the edge and could open it up and read while you ate your breakfast. That seems pretty sweet, though I can totally understand why they did not replicate that for this re-release. Kids today would have needed them to paste a whole iPad onto the back of each box, and that would have been too heavy. Now, instead, we have a board game, which I think is pretty fair. Also different in this modern re-release of Twinkles is the formulation. The original commercials say that these star pieces were made with energy oats and corn, but this version is made from just corn. Corn cereals are usually very crisp, while the original mix was likely much heavier and substantial. Supposedly, these are supposed to have a vanilla and butter cookie flavor, but the front of the box only says sweetened toasted corn, which seems far more generic. So we're going to have to see. One more intriguing thing to share, General Mills says that this cereal will be featured on the silver screen in a major motion picture sometime this year. Now, I see a lot of movies, so let's all keep our eyes peeled to see who can spot it first. Let me know if you see it pop up somewhere. So far this year, I have seen The Brutalist and Nosferatu, and bad luck, no Twinkles yet. In the end, even though I wasn't a child of the 60s, I do love this vintage-inspired design, and I'm looking forward to trying something classic today. But what do you think? I'd love for you to let me know down in the comments if you've ever tried this cereal, either in the 60s or this modern version, and then what you thought. Or if you haven't tried it yet, let me know if you think you're going to pick it up. Because maybe you've got the same questions as me. Why does Twinkles the elephant wear this fancy Western-style bow tie? Will these magical sweetened corn stars taste great? Or should Twinkles have stayed firmly in my parents' memories? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Hey, before we jump into things, let me tell you about something huge we are doing in just 2 weeks' time. On February 15th of this year, we are doing our first ever live Seriously episode at 9 a.m. Pacific, where I am, so 10 and 11 o'clock Central and noon on the East Coast. Please tune in to be with us. We can communicate with each other via chat. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A, maybe have a special guest. I have at least one big announcement to share during that stream, and we're going to eat some cereal together. Let me show you. That live episode is going to be all about these new glazed donut hole cereals from Kellogg's. So you've got 2 weeks to go buy, I don't know, one of these, maybe all three, so that we can eat some cereal together for the first time live. That'll be awesome. Okay, now back to the episode. Hey, if you made it this far in the episode, you're really in the groove, which I read is something people said in the 1960s. Would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowl. I have got my spoon. I have got my trusty 1% milk, which is what I like. And then, of course, the cereal of the hour, Twinkles. So let's open this stuff up and see what it looks like in a bowl. Well, I can tell you one thing. I pour a ton of bowls of cereal, and this one was the lightest sound I have ever heard tinkling into the bowl. These things must be completely insubstantial. Let me just rustle around. Oh my gosh, yes, it is so light. Each individual piece is a barely there piece of cereal. From first glance, they look exactly like they were supposed to, which is little tiny stars. There's nothing to them. They are just corn cereal yellow with a little bit of a glint of a glaze on it, which must be the sweetener, but there's no colors, there's no sparkles, there's no nothing. Maybe they hadn't come up with those things yet in the 60s. So they're not losing points for their appearance, but they're not winning any points either. Let's try a taste of Twinkles cereal from Kellogg's. It's nothing. Well, it is something. This is absolutely in the vein of like Kix cereal, where it is very true to what it's saying here. It is sweetened corn. It's crispy, it's light, it's slightly sweetened, but it has got no other gimmick going for it. The press release for this stuff said vanilla and butter cookie. Get real. This is just sweetened generally. At least that's what it tastes like dry. Now, we have proved several times on this channel that milk sometimes brings out a special angle on a cereal. So let's hope that's the case here. Let's put some milk on it. Now, let us give a try to Twinkles cereal from Kellogg's in milk. It did! It did bring something out. You've done it again, milk. Pretty amazing. In the milk, it is a much more nuanced flavor than just sweet. I can taste a little bit of vanilla. So it's not a deep flavor. It's not a rich flavor, but it's certainly not just some sweetened spray. There really is a vanilla-ish taste here. Let me give it another try. It's pretty good. This is a straight shooting cereal. They're not going for something complex, so I can imagine myself sitting down and pouring bowl after bowl of this stuff, not even really realizing that I've eaten all that much, especially because it has a really light texture. I kind of like that. Boy, this is so harmless that I think a lot of people will like it. It's simple. It's not novel or shocking. Is this what the 60s were like? Pretty straightforward? Or maybe this is just what the people in the 60s needed. We're fighting the Vietnam War. We're flying to the moon. Maybe we just needed to calm down and eat some pretty by-the-book cereal. Hey, listen, I can't complain. I'm really enjoying it. Let's give this a really good score. I'm going to say that Twinkles gets a 4 out of 5 for me. If you asked me in 3 weeks why I gave this a 4 out of 5, I don't know if I would know, because it's not much of anything at all. But maybe this is something the world needs right now. A down-home comfort cereal. If your life is stressful and complex, you need to go to the store and buy yourself some Twinkles. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we could have done with a storybook to pep this cereal up. But the truth is I became the new generation of fancy magic elephant fans. And for now, it's enough. If you want to try today's cereal for yourself, it is a Walmart exclusive that will only be available for the first few months of this year, so get out there and grab a box while you can. Now listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.